Hello and welcome to the presentation about Cosmos Apricot Lemonade. This is a seed sowing project that I performed. A little information about this plant and the flower. The scientific name is the Cosmos bipinnatus. The common name is the Cosmos Apricot Lemonade, as I said on the first slide. And the leaves, you can kind of see a little bit in the background here. They kind of look like dill. They are very deeply dissected and kind of feathery-like, and they're alternate across the stem. So the flower is actinomorphic, as you can see by this circle radial symmetry. Then the color is a gradient shift from a soft pink on the inside to a pale yellow on the outside, hence the apricot lemonade. However, the only flower that came from mine so far has been all pink, and on the website many people complain that it turns out a lot pinker than any yellow. This is a annual, it's herbaceous, and it's short and bushy. It reaches about 20 to 30 inches tall, and it loves the sun. It's drought tolerant, heat tolerant, so this thing is perfect for Florida. Now onto the seedling production. So on January 22nd, the seeds were sown. You can see a picture of the seeds here. They were very long and skinny, kind of like fennel seeds or something. And then you can see in here that, well, you can't see much, yeah, but that's where they were sown into. The light intensity at the mist house was pretty mild. It had shade and whatnot, but it still was reaching natural sunlight. There was frequent misting, and they kept the temperature controlled. Next week, on January 29th, we could see the first little radical emergence and some cotyledon expansion. And here you can see the cotyledon, and here you can see some of the radicals. And interestingly enough, over here you can see how the seed is stuck on the baby plant as well. It's going to be in the bottom right corner. You can see that one. And the next week, you got to see some of those curly leaves that you can see have that fun little dissecting pattern. They're very thin. And we got a nice germination across all of them. Just a couple days later, you can see how they're already starting to get some more of their design and that deeply dissected, deeply cut look in the leaves. Now, in the next week, we're starting to get a second layer of leaves. So you can see in the right photo how it's kind of stacked and we're just growing taller, and they stood very upright and they did not fall over, even though they had very thin stems. So they're definitely getting very tall. The seed was still present on one of the first set of the leaves on this photo, as you can see, which I just thought was kind of funny. Next week, they're definitely getting taller, as you can see, and the first set of leaves are starting to yellow, but they haven't quite died off just yet. Then, the week later, you can see on the right-hand side, really some of the flower buds begin to develop, so that's really exciting. On the website, the Eden Brothers website, they say that this takes about 75 days to 90 days to fully mature, and here we're only about like 4 to 5 weeks in, so that's like 35 days, so not even quite at that 75 mark yet, but still getting close. And just on Wednesday, on the day that this is due, we got some of the beautiful flowers, and that was really exciting. You can see on the left-hand photo the way that there's still a couple of the pink bulbs, and the one in the back had already bloomed, which you can see there. And the beginning leaves are beginning to fall off, as you can see they're short. So to study the weekly germination, obviously on day 0 there was no germination, on day 2, and then by the time we reached day 4 there was around a 25 to 30% germination. It wasn't until about day 7 that I got around 13 total germination out of 25 seeds that were sown. So that's just a little bit over 50%. And then once we reached that 12-day mark, there was no new germination of any seeds that hadn't already yet germinated. So from sowing into radical emergence, it took about 1 week, and then from radical emergence to cotyledon expansion, also 1 week, and cotyledon expansion to growth of all true leaves, also 1 week. Now these have not been transplanted yet, that's why I haven't been able to compare this part, but I would estimate that that took maybe 2 to 3 weeks. We're almost there. Every week was something new, which was really exciting. As you can see, there was a lot of growth in all of those pictures. I was happy to have them germinate so quickly. It took about 6 weeks from sow to a nearly finished plug. The roots hadn't quite encircled the plug yet, they weren't sticking out just yet. So I estimate that a week from today they would be ready to really encircle the plug. And then here are my sources. And number 2 is just my observation, and then this is the link where you can find the seed packets. Thank you.